Hi, welcome you all to the lecture video session on the equivalent long line transmission line network, that is using the equivalent T network. That is, we are representing the representation of the long line by equivalent T model, and we are analyzing it using the ABCD parameters and the equivalent model. So Vs is equal to in the last video we understood that we have written the set of equations, generalized equations from the T network for Is and Vs, and it can be rewritten as Vs is equal to 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2 into Vr, where y is written as 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2, and z dash into 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 4 into Ir. Similarly, we can write the equation for Is is equal to y dash into Vr divided by plus 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2 into Ir. Keep this as equation 13. Now compare equation 12 and 13 with the generalized constants. Equation 14 and 15 can be written with the help of by comparing the equations 12 and 13 with the generalized constants. So now Vs is equal to A into Vr plus B into Ir. Is is equal to C into Vr plus D into Ir. Now 14 and 15 are the generalized ABCD parameter, that is the constant, generalized constant equation. Compare this with the equation 13. A is nothing but equal to 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2, and B is nothing but z dash into 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 4, and C is nothing but y dash, and D is nothing but 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2. That's what I have written here. A is equal to 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2, and B is nothing but z dash into 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 4. C is equal to y dash. D is equal to 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2. Now compare 12 and 13 with the equation set of equations that is written with the help of the rigorous method. Vs is equal to Vr into cos hyperbolic gamma L plus Ir into Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L. That is equation 16. Is is equal to Vr divided by Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L plus Ir into cos hyperbolic gamma L, equation 17. Now we compare this equation 12 and 13 with the 16 and 17. Here we can easily see this Vr into cos hyperbolic gamma L, that is Zc z dash into 1 plus y dash z dash B is equal to Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L, because Vs is nothing but A into Vr plus B into Ir. So B into Ir. B is nothing but equal to Z dash is equal to 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 4, that is equal to Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L. So now y dash is equal to sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by Zc. Now equation 19, and 1 plus y dash z dash divided by 2 is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L, equation 20. Now to determine the shunt branch of the equivalent T circuit, the aim is to find out the shunt branch of the equivalent T circuit, because we are assuming that the entire capacitance of the long line transmission line is appearing at the center of the transmission line. So y dash is nothing but equal to 1 over Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L is equal to square root of y divided by z into square root of yzl into sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 divided by square root of yzl. Simplify the equation, we get y dash is equal to y into sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by gamma L. Keep this as equation 21. Now we have found out that shunt branch of the equivalent T circuit is nothing but equal to y into sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by gamma L. From this result, we can write the equivalent shunt branch admittance of the circuit. Y is equal to j omega c is equal to the product of shunt branch admittance of the figure 5, that is multiplied by sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by gamma L. To get the series impedance of the equivalent circuit, now substitute the y dash from the equation 21 that we have obtained. What is equation 21? Equation 21 is nothing but equal to y dash is equal to y into sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by gamma L. Now apply this equation 21, we will be able to get 1 plus z dash divided by 2 into sin hyperbolic gamma L divided by Zc is equal. cos hyperbolic gamma L. So now simplify this, z1 z dash divided by 2 into sine hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2, multiply and divide by 2, into cos hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 whole over zc is nothing but equal to multiply cos hyperbolic square into gamma L divided by 2 multiply plus sine hyperbolic square gamma L divided by 2 minus cos hyperbolic square gamma L divided by 2 plus sine hyperbolic square gamma L divided by 2. Now we can simplify this equation with respect to z dash divided by 2 is equal to zc into sine by cos we will get, so tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2. Now if we further simplify this, multiply this equation, root of y divided by z multiplied by square root of yz into L divided by 2 multiplied by tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 divided by square root of yz divided by 2. So z dash divided by 2 is equal to z divided by 2 into tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 divided by gamma L divided by 2. So this is equation 22. So z dash divided by 2 is equal to z divided by 2 into tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 into gamma L divided by 2. Y dash is equal to y into sine hyperbolic gamma L divided by RL, that is gamma L, and z dash divided by 2. So equivalent T network in terms of the constants in terms of rigorous method, we can in order to get the series branch of equivalent T circuit, the series branch of the nominal T lumped series impedance should be multiplied by a factor tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2 by gamma L divided by 2. So here we understood that the long line transmission line can be expressed in terms of equivalent T network with the help of this tan hyperbolic gamma L divided by 2, which uses the rigorous method of analysis, and we can also express it in terms of ABCD parameters, and the original network of equivalent T network model or equivalent pi network model can also be expressed in terms of the set of equations of ABCD parameters. So in all, we understood that the long line transmission line can be analyzed with the help of rigorous method, with the help of ABCD parameters, and we can find out, it is very easy to find out ABCD parameters, and then we'll be able to analyze the entire performance of the transmission line with the help of this. So with this, I conclude this lecture video session. The key takeaways of this lecture video session is the long transmission line can be expressed in terms of nominal T method and nominal pi method. The circuit can be modeled into the T network as well as the pi network, and can be analyzed with the help of rigorous method as well as the ABCD parameters. So with this, I conclude this session. Thank you everyone. Hi, welcome you all to the session on long transmission lines of transmission and distribution, which is a very, very important and a major challenge to all the power engineers. So when we design the long transmission line, we must keep it in mind that it can be, the design can be made simple, and then it can be, the long transmission lines can be represented with the equivalent model. And for a long transmission line, we need to take the line capacitance into consideration. So we can consider the nominal T method and the nominal pi method, where the capacitance, line capacitance is accountable and line capacitance will be taken care of. So when in this, we have understood that the long transmission line is carrying high voltage more than 100 kV, and then it is going to be, the length might be around more than 100 kilometers, and this is the very challenging area where the line capacitance to be taken care of to calculate the performance efficiency as well as the voltage regulation. So now there are different ways to calculate the transmission efficiency and the voltage regulation, which are the two parameters for considering the performance. So in this way, we know that there is the equivalent model of long transmission line could be either the nominal T, or it could be the nominal pi method, where the capacitance in the nominal T method, the line capacitance is supposed to exist at the center, and in the nominal pi method, we assume that the line capacitance is dumped in the two places, that is concentrated in the two places. One is near the sending end and the other one is near the receiving end. Moving ahead, in the previous video we have analyze that long transmission line with the help of ABCD parameters, which are the generalized constants, and here the generalized AB constants for equivalent T representation of the long transmission line, where it is the Y represents a shunt admittance, Z shows the impedance, and VR is the voltage at the receiving end and then the load, and V plus dV, because we are considering a part or elementary part of the transmission line, that is what is represented as the T method. One of the most efficient way of calculating the performance of a long transmission line is the use of rigorous method. And in this case, we are going to consider a long transmission line. A small section of the long transmission line will be considered, and then it will be analyzed further. So V plus dV is the voltage drop across a small elementary section of a transmission line, which is the T, and dx is the total length of this transmission line from the sending end, impedance from the sending end. So I plus di is the current that is flowing into the elementary section, and then V plus dV is the total voltage that is appearing across the elementary section. So in this rigorous method, the solution at the receiving end voltage is obtained with the help of two elementary equations. These two sets of equations are Vs is, that is the sending end voltage, is expressed in terms of the receiving end voltage and then the receiving end current. Vs is equal to Vr into cos hyperbolic gamma into L is the length of the line, plus Ir into ZL into sin hyperbolic gamma L. Keep this as equation 1. Similarly, sending end current can also be expressed in terms of the receiving end current, and the ratio of the receiving end current and then the ratio of the voltage at the receiving end to the impedance on the line. So Is is nothing but equal to Ir plus IR into cos hyperbolic gamma L plus VR divided by ZC into sin hyperbolic gamma L. Keep this as equation 2. With this set of equation, it is possible to analyze the long transmission line through the rigorous method. So let L is equal to, the capital L is nothing but the inductance per kilometer, R is equal to, small r is equal to resistance per kilometer, G is equal to conductance per kilometer, and C is equal to capacitance per kilometer. And ZC is nothing but the characteristic impedance. This we are going to discuss it in the coming coming video. And characteristic impedance is ideally for the lossless line. So ZC is ideally, it is given as the ratio of impedance to the admittance, that is root of Z divided by Y. Z is nothing but equal to R plus J omega L, because R plus J XL is nothing but equal to omega L. So divided by Y is nothing but the admittance. So Z is equal to R plus J omega L, G plus J omega L represents the shunt admittance. So now with this equation, gamma is nothing but the propagation constant, which is nothing but the square root of Y into Z. So this is nothing but square root of G plus J omega L multiplied by R plus J omega L. If we rearrange 1 and 2 properly, that is 1 and 2 are the set of equations which we know. If we rearrange it properly, then we will be able to understand that Vs is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L into Vr plus Zc into sin hyperbolic gamma L into Ir. And Is is equal to sin hyperbolic gamma L into Vr plus cos hyperbolic gamma L into Ir. The same way we have written the expression, and comparing the above equations with the standard equations, which are nothing but Vs is equal to A into Vr plus B into Ir, Is is equal to C into Vr plus D into Ir. A, B, C, D are the parameters which are called as the generalized constants of a transmission line. So the sending end voltage is expressed in terms of the receiving end voltage and the current. Sending end current is expressed in terms of the receiving end voltage and the receiving end current. So now if we express this, comparing this above equations with the standard equations, we have A is equal to D is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L. Vs is equal to if we have arranged the equation, Vs is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L into Vr. Now if we compare this, A is nothing but equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L is equal to cos hyperbolic into gamma is nothing but the propagation constant, which is nothing but root of Yz multiplied by L. L is the inductance per kilometer. So cos hyperbolic root of L into Y into L into Z. Simplify the equation, we get cos hyperbolic of square root of Y into Z. So now B is equal to what? A is equal to D, which is the condition for the symmetry. So B is equal to ZC into sine hyperbolic gamma L. By comparing the equations, we get this. ZC is nothing but equal to square root of Z divided by Y into sine hyperbolic gamma is nothing but propagation constant root of YZ into L. If we substitute this, then simplifying this equation, we will get root of Z into L divided by L into Y into sine hyperbolic into square root of Ly into Lz, that is equal to square root of Z divided by gamma into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz. So B is nothing but equal to square root of Z divided by gamma into Z divided by gamma in Z divided by Y into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz. Now C is equal to 1 over Zc into sine hyperbolic gamma L, which we have got by comparing the equations. Square root of Y by Z is into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz into L by substituting for gamma and Zc. So if we simplify this equation, we get C is equal to square root of Y divided by Z into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz. So now A is equal to D, because we got the symmetrical equation. The value of A is nothing but equal to D here, that is equal to cos hyperbolic Yz. Now if A is equal to D, then it shows that the network is symmetry. It shows that the network is symmetrical. If we consider the network to find out whether it is reciprocal, then we have a condition AD minus BC should be equal to 1. So now AD minus BC means, like, if we substitute the expressions that we have got, A into D, that is cos hyperbolic square root of gamma Z into Yz into cos hyperbolic square root of Yz minus square root of Z divided by Y into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz into square root of Y divided by Z into sine hyperbolic square root of Yz. Now if we get if we simplify this equation, again cos hyperbolic square of Yz minus sine hyperbolic square of Yz root of Yz is equal to 1. So cos square theta minus sine square theta, that is equal to 1. So AD minus BC is equal to 1. That represents that the network is reciprocal too. So the network is found to be symmetrical as well as reciprocal. So based on this, I have solved a problem here. A 3-phase 50 Hz overhead transmission line, 100 km long, has the following constants. Resistance is given, reactance is given, line voltage at the receiving end is also given. Transmission line is delivering 50 MVA at 0.85 power factor, and at the receiving end, using the T method, solve for sending end current, sending end line voltage, sending power factor, voltage regulation, transmission efficiency, analyze the percent efficiency of the transmission. So nominal T method, so we can write the diagram, equivalent diagram, R divided by 2, XL by 2, IC, that is the current flowing through the capacitor.